Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, Diploma in HIV and Family Education, Dafe. BFEE-104 Communication and Counselling in HIV. Block 1 Basics of Communication. Unit 5 Use of Media for HIV/AIDS Prevention and Promotion of Family Education. 5.0 Objectives. This unit aims at making students aware of the various types of media, particularly the low-cost, folk media and alternative media which they can use effectively in order to create awareness about HIV/AIDS. The objective is to familiarize students about the vast potential of media which can be used for social purpose without needing advanced technical skills and equipment financial investment. The advantages of these media are that they are low-cost, participatory and interactive. We do not expect students to have mastery on every medium, but to understand their potential and develop familiarity with a few of them at least, so that they can creatively use them for health awareness and education in very specific contexts. The teachers make the students take up practical projects from the many forms we have dealt with. Here we are dealing more with the form than the content. The other units in the course will enable students to become familiar with the content. This unit is hence to be complementary to other sections of the course. The students should also become familiar with their neighborhood communities and their cultures and study in depth the particular media they use. 5.1 Introduction. Since the publication of the first reports about AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, there has been a lot of panic and concern worldwide about it. Today it is agreed that the only available weapon to control AIDS is through education and awareness, thereby effecting a change in the attitude and behavior of people. Governments in many countries as well as numerous non-governmental organizations, NGOs, have launched campaigns to create awareness and educate the people. Mass media, particularly newspapers, magazines, journals, leaflets, television and radio have helped to provide information and create awareness among the people about HIV and other health-related issues. In a country with a large illiterate population, many people tend to think that sicknesses like HIV/AIDS, other sicknesses and physical or mental disabilities are a result of punishment wrath of God, fate or one's karma. As a result, many choose superstitious practices like witchcraft, magic, sacrifices, etc. instead of adopting scientific and medical methods. If we want to provide information and education on important health-related issues, we need to mount and sustain a major public education campaign. Media can play a key role in creating awareness about AIDS, spreading knowledge about its symptoms, the mode of transmission, methods of preventing infection, etc. Media also help to keep us abreast with latest information and data gathered from various studies and researches going on in the field. In this section we shall study briefly how various kinds of media can be used for educating people on health-related issues and for launching campaigns. Our aim is to make students aware of the various possibilities and potentials of a wide variety of media and not to deal exhaustively with them and their use. Before opting for one or the other medium, we ought to know whether our audience is urban or rural, and other background data, age, sex, education, religious or social beliefs, economic status, etc. In the previous units we have dealt with various types of media. We have also analyzed the comparative merits and demerits of different kinds of mass media. Here we do not intend to propose any one medium as the ideal. The complementarity of various kinds of media and the complex nature of human communication necessitate that we adopt a multi-pronged approach in our effort to use media at the service of health education. 5.2 Folk media and group media. In the previous sections we have studied about the various kinds of media. Most people think of media as press, cinema, radio, and television. These are called the mass media or big media. They are big because of the large audience they address, vastness of their production, involvement of huge capital, costly equipment, and qualified personnel. The group media or mini media or small media, instead, are not only small in size, but are economical, easy to use, and portable. They seldom require technical expertise of the kind needed for mass media. The term group media derives from actual experiences of using small media with the groups. These experiences involve a media presentation aimed at promoting a group reaction, followed by a group discussion. Though there are some differences between group media and folk media, there are many common features between the two. Both are interpersonal, speaking the language and idiom of the people, and deal directly with the problems that concern them. Characteristics of folk media and group media. Folk media. Folk media are grounded on indigenous culture, produced and consumed by members of a group. They reinforce the values of the group. They are visible cultural features, often quite strictly conventional, by which social relationship and a worldview are maintained and defined. They take on many forms and are rich in symbolism. Folk media cannot be separated from folk cultures. They are available to all at no cost. They are anonymous in origin. There is little difference between producers and their consumers. There is dialogue and verbal exchange. Their aim is to provide teaching, initiation. They impart traditional aesthetic, historical, technical, social, ethical, religious values. They provide a legal code which rests on stories and proverbs generated through the spoken word. They mobilize people's awareness of their own past. They tend to unite a people and give them cohesion. 2. Group media. Group media are directed to groups to encourage exchange of ideas and experiences on relevant, interesting themes, presented in an artistically acceptable form, using a medium that is technically and financially within the reach of the group and are usually brief. 1. Group media are directed to groups. Group media are used with small groups to enable each member to participate in discussion. 2. They encourage exchange of ideas and experiences. Group media productions provide the material for consideration, analysis, and discussion among the participants. The fact that they are usually open-ended and without a formulated conclusion should act as a stimuli to begin group work. 3. They deal with relevant, interesting theme. Group media production is not simply for entertainment, nor are they programs of a purely informative, artistic, humorous, or folkloric nature. They may contain some or all of these elements, but their primary function is to propose a discussion on a problem which is in some way vital to the group itself. 4. They are presented in an artistically acceptable form. The production's artistic quality should enable the group to go beyond the images or words to the essential theme. 5. They use a medium that is technically and financially within the reach of the group, e.g., audio cassettes, slide montages, dramatic sketches, marionettes, etc. Since possibilities and needs of groups will differ from place to place, there should be a great deal of flexibility here. 6. They are usually brief. The maximum time is spent on discussion. Creating awareness through group media. Paul Freire's work of conscientization and the people of Latin America, c. Pedagogy of the oppressed by Paulo Freire, highlighted the potential of group work in social process. He coined the word code to describe a community which is familiar but is as yet not willing to face up to its life situation. The life situation is encoded and presented in the form of a picture, song, mime, or other media. The group decodes and tries to understand the situation. The discussion may center on the following questions. 1. What do you see happening? Description. 2. Why is it happening? Analysis. 3. Does this happen in your own situation? Reality. 4. What problems arise from this? 5. What are the root causes of these problems? Analysis. 6. What can be done about this? Action. 5. 3 kinds of group media. There are a wide variety of group media. In this section, we shall study briefly some of the important kinds of group media that are popularly used in India. Posters. Poster is a fairly large piece of paper containing some kind of brief visual information and usually fixed on a wall, fence, or bulletin board. A poster contains pictures, drawings, cutouts, illustrations, and captions. A good poster presents a single idea concisely and powerfully. The main purpose of a poster is to communicate a pertinent information in a way that it attracts attention, emphasizes the most important points, reads easily, looks pleasing, creates a favorable reaction, leads to action. A poster must urge people to action, to do something, not to use alcohol, drugs, to attend a meeting or discussion, to contribute money or skills, to vote for a party, to use a product. A good poster must have 1. Pictorial element, a good balance between pictures, text, and white space. 2. Choice of colors, colors should be matching and attractive. Colors signify meaning. Colors provide emotional effects, visual appeal, and emphasis. 3. Words text should be brief, catchy, and draw the attention of readers. The text should include a brief statement of the problem, call to action, and the identity of those who are issuing. Call to action should be in imperative, avoid smoking. Contribute generously, drug skill. 4. Layout. The material should be neatly arranged according to a visual plan. A poster layout may follow either an L or Z or S or T pattern. It is better to make a rough sketch or dummy poster before the final one is done. You can look at the hundreds of posters, hoarding, and banners that surround you and identify other elements which make them attractive or appealing. Collages. A collage is a composition of pictures, words, or objects which have been collected according to a given theme. The process of selection and arrangements must be done carefully to convey the theme and facilitate discussion. A group or individual may make collages, but the discussion should be in groups. The symbols must suit the theme. Pictures may overlap, but there should be harmony in the collage. Collages may be made of picture cutouts with a symbolic representation, and outline maps of India with different faces to convey the idea of unity in diversity. A burning candle with motifs or various religious symbols to show harmony among all religions, etc. Collages may be made of words or photographs or other pictures. Murals. The word mural means wall. Murals are visual displays on the walls. Instead of chart paper or picture cutouts, the graphics and text are portrayed on the wall. Murals may be supplemented with letter cutouts to present a theme verbally. Murals can be effective means to convey ideas to non-literate people. Flip charts. Flip charts are a collection of posters clipped together at the top. As sheet after sheet is flipped over, people concentrate on one sheet at a time without being distracted by the others. A story or a theme can be illustrated in this way through a number of posters using pictures, photos, words, texts, or stick figures. The speaker can use the flip chart as she or he is talking. Old wall calendars are useful for making flip charts. Flashcards. Flashcards are so named as a message is flashed by the use of cards. The cards should be big enough to be seen by the group. A postcard size flip card is easy to handle. Flashcards serve as teaching aids and should be accompanied by talk or discussion. A story can be developed using flashcards. The cards should be placed in a sequence. The story may be written briefly at the back of the cards to help the narrator. Mobile displays. Mobile display is a visual aid, like a collage. The aspect of mobility is its advantage. Its chief characteristics are that it is visible from all sides and portable. Umbrellas, as used by vendors or in a circus, a tree, as in the Christmas tree, a basket, etc., can be used for display of pictures with appropriate themes. Mobiles provide scope for a lot of originality and creativity. They are portable and so can reach much wider audience. They produce greater impact on the audience. Have greater visibility than charts and posters. Phrase, folder. Phrase or folder is small poster of half or quarter size charts depicting different aspects of a theme joined together to form one whole line. They follow a sequence of story or theme. The posters are folded and opened up one at a time to explain or discuss the visual or idea. At the end of the whole phrase can be opened up for display. Comic strip, gag cartoon, comic book. The comic strip and comic books are very popular among all categories of people, especially children and youth. These create interest and use the idiom or language of the young. Both the drawings and dialogue should be carefully prepared if they are to draw the attention of those that read or see them. Comic strip is a row of pictures with dialogue balloons. Gag cartoon is a single picture, consists of one box rather than strip. Comic book is a collection of stories told through comic-style drawings. Blackboard. The blackboard and chalk are the most widely used and elementary low-cost group media. Blackboards may be replaced with more expensive green boards or whiteboards for writing and drawing. It is an important teaching aid commonly used in classroom activity. Portable blackboards are used for adult literacy programs in rural areas of India. Black sheets fixed with two wooden or plastic poles on top and bottom are also used for writing with chalks or chalk pencils. The advantage of the latter is that it is lighter and can be rolled up and taken from place to place easily. A blackboard can be used by anyone without much training or skill. It helps to focus attention and concentration. It has immediacy and helps participation. Blackboards help illustrate ideas, clarify points, and is an effective tool to enliven group discussions. Chalk talk. Chalk talk is a simple and easy to use form of group communication. It consists in speaking the message and at the same time dramatizing it by means of simple line drawings. A blackboard or other device may be effectively used if one has skill in the use of chalk talk. The simultaneous talking and drawing by the group leader help to maintain concentration and attention of the audience. The visuals help to understand the message and reinforce retention and memory of the theme. It is a powerful low-cost medium with great potential, especially among rural folks, illiterates, and children. Color chalks could be used to create greater visual effect. Bulletin board. Bulletin board is a display board where information can be displayed. Some of the elements of the poster, like layout, color, visual quality, can make the bulletin board a powerful means of communication. It can be used to display photographs, newspapers, or magazine clippings, illustrations, samples of products, present competition themes. Material displayed should be educative and have positive benefit. It should be presented in a neat and aesthetic manner. It should be large enough for viewing. Each display should have a suitable theme. Participation of the group in preparing the display should be ensured. Flannel graph. Flannel graph is made with flannel, khadi or rough clothes like blankets which is wrapped around a stiff board. Using the flannel board as a background, pictures are displayed. On them, pictures are cut out and stuck against the flannel. Small pieces of flannel, wool, khadi or sandpaper is pasted on the reverse side of the pictures, drawings or letters. When pressed against the flannel, these will stick to them since the surface is rough. Pictures can be stuck, removed and replaced as the animator speaks. Besides the preparation of the material, a considerable time should be devoted to developing the theme and the story or message that is to be conveyed. Storyboard. Storyboard is a visual aid to tell a story using images. The images may be drawings made for the purpose, photographs, pictures gathered from magazines or other sources. There should be continuity of the story and visuals. Interest must be sustained by choosing appropriate images that will enliven the story. Drawings. Drawing and pictorial representation, it is believed, predates written alphabets. A picture speaks 1,000 words, and any text with illustration, any story accompanied by pictures, can draw greater attention than mere text. Drawing is an important pastime for children. It gives creative expression to the ideas of a person. These innate skills can be purposefully channeled to present suitable themes. One can develop the art of using simple line drawings and sketches to illustrate ideas. Colors can communicate emotions and feelings. Symbols too can help convey meaning. For instance, the road and railway signs are simple, conventional signs, which one can master. There are also universally accepted symbols for peace, love, friendship, and so on. Hoardings. Our highways, city streets, and even rooftops are today covered with large and colorful hoardings that advertise goods and services. They do not address only small groups, but are intended for mass audience. These hoardings are large metal, plastic or wooden boards on which various commercial companies, governments and other organizations advertise their products or services. They contain colorful background, catchy words and phrases, attractive pictures, logo or symbols of the product or the organization. The plan is evolved by professional advertising agencies and executed by skilled artists. Digital technology has changed the way hoardings are put up. Instead of painting today, photographs are blown up and printed on vinyl, plastic and other sheets and mounted on boards for display. This has greatly increased clarity, vividness and visual appeal. Wall writings. Wall writings are very common especially in cities. They are less expensive compared to hoardings. They are also temporary. Wall space is used a lot during elections too. Make known candidates and to familiarize the voters about the candidate's symbol, thereby influencing voter preference. Walls of private institutions often put up stick no bills signs, which prevent using them by the public. Photo language. We live in a world of images. Photo language is a powerful way of reading a photograph or picture and trying to understand and interpret the message it contains. Photos can stir emotions, kindle hope, or create sorrow. Pictures can shock us, make us weep or laugh. If we can try to think of the ways pictures and images affect us, we can understand the powerful sway they hold on us. Photo language requires photos or pictures that can convey meanings and messages. Photos may be cut out and stuck on a uniform size paper or cardboard, mounted or laminated. If particular themes or ideas are to be presented, one may take photographs and develop them to a suitable size. Photos can be used to tell a story or for group discussion. The participants of a group may be given photos either in small groups or individually. They should be given time to see the photo and read the message they contain. Then they can be asked to share with one another or in groups the message or idea they derive from them. For instance, a photograph of individuals suffering from HIV/AIDS in a hospital or care home may be used for sessions. The photos may stir emotions of concern and sympathy and help people to become more aware of the issue of HIV/AIDS and the need to contain it as well as prevent its spread. They may also become more conscious of the need to create awareness, care for those affected, promote preventive methods, etc. The participants of a photo language session may be asked to give caption to a photo, or write a paragraph or two, or compose poems, share a thought, create a dialogue, or deliver a speech. A photo can be a good prop and can serve as an ideal starting point for discussion and sharing. Photos should be selected according to the theme that one wants to represent. The themes may be related to national issues, social or religious causes, health, family welfare, peace, harmony, unity, etc. Slides. Slides serve a similar purpose as the photos, but have a definite advantage over photos, as slides can be projected on the screen or wall. They enjoy greater visibility and clarity. A projected image is luminous, and with the use of bright colors, it can draw attention. The medium can be made alive if we add sound, music, commentary, or dialogue. A slideshow or montage resembles a storyboard with the difference that the latter uses a projector and needs electricity. It is easier to prepare slides by using glass slides and writing or drawing with China ink or wax pencil. Slides can be made with the help of glass. The glass surface should be clean and dry. Glass slides need a special magic lantern, Petromax, or lantern. Cellophane slides can be made by writing or typing directly on the cellophane. Slides can be prepared by using old X-ray films. Keep them soaked in lime solution and, when the film is clean, dry it and cut into the shape of slides and frame them. The slides can be used for writing or drawing messages. Film strips. The film strips are continuous strip consisting of individual frames or pictures arranged in sequence with a unified theme. The silent film strips have only explanatory titles. The audience can be given a brief explanation of the pictures with the help of the printed notes. Some film strips have titles superimposed or written below the pictures. If the viewers can read and understand them, the commentary can be reduced or done away with. A film strip can end with a general discussion. When a synchronized sound recording accompanied the film strip show, we call it sound film strip. Recorded music and commentary make the film strip more attractive for the audience. Film strips can be prepared by using long pieces of film, which may be spoilt while photographing or processing. After processing the film strip, drawings and writings can be done with permanent ink or overhead projector pens, and they can be projected. Newsletters. Newsletters or mimeographed papers are a good way of sharing information. They are inexpensive, deal with specific themes, have clear objectives and readers. Newsletters can vary from multicolor pages printed on an offset machine and on glossy papers, or can be simply typeset on a computer and photocopied or printed. They may also be stenciled and cyclo-styled. Besides ensuring that the matter to be included in the newsletter are written well, care should be taken to ensure that the layout and typesetting add to make it attractive. Newsletters should have a suitable name and logo. Its format should be more or less fixed, so that readers become familiar with it. 2 or 3 columns can make the page attractive. Black ink has the highest readability and looks good even on colored paper. Colored ink may be used on white paper, which is white or has a lighter tint of the same color. Before starting a newsletter, certain important issues must be sorted out. These include the aim and objectives of the newsletter, the content, target readers, finance, those responsible for editing and circulation, mode of printing, logo and name, periodicity, format and style. It is better to have these ideas discussed in a group and they are put down in writing. From time to time, the newsletter can be evaluated in the light of these points. There should be methods to get feedback from the readers. In the beginning, it is good to consult someone experienced in computer layout, printing, and distribution. Eventually, one can acquire the professional skills through experience. Those who intend to start a newsletter should also study the content and format of other newsletters. Wallpapers. Wallpapers are single-page broadsheet papers, which may be handwritten or printed and displayed on the walls or bulletin boards. The major difference between a poster and wallpaper is that the former has only a few captions and titles while the latter consist mostly of written texts. Wallpapers are low cost. They can be used for sharing ideas, news and information on a regular basis. It provides opportunity for group activities, preparation of the paper, discussion on themes or content, sharing, and action plan. Wallpapers are an inexpensive and effective means to disseminate information, especially in places where people gather frequently: the school, place of worship, the marketplace or city center, and walls of public buildings and homes. 5.4 Performing arts and music. Performing arts and music are popular people's media, which have variations according to place and culture. They are informal, include narrative, dialogue, action and improvisation. The leaders play important role. Audience tend to identify with the characters. Unlike in formal drama, the varieties of performing arts have a high degree of creativity and flexibility. Costumes and makeup are unimportant. We shall examine some of the important performing arts. Music as a vehicle of communication is as old as human history itself. There are innumerable forms of music which express human emotions and feelings, thoughts and ideas. Music is an integral part of many forms of performing arts. The popularity of music as a medium is evident from the time allotted to programs based on music in television and radio. Mime and pantomime. Mime and pantomime are powerful means to communicate ideas and express feelings. Both consist in using the body and bodily movements to express ideas and feelings. Mime, with an offstage commentary and read by a narrator, is a powerful medium. When a song or poem is mimed, the song is sung and the poem is read as a background. Pantomime is a performance done only through bodily actions to express ideas and feelings. The emphasis is on development of an idea. Sometimes music or sound may be used to support the action or gestures, but the emphasis is on action and body movements. Some gestures are precise and smaller while others are large and difficult to understand. Pantomime involves the audience. Role play. Role play is a relatively new form of communication with a lot of communication potential. In role play, people spontaneously act out problems of human relations or things that affect the community and analyze them with the help of participants and audience. Role-playing helps a person to relive, reenact some moments of life, its experiences, problems and challenges. Role-play should help define problems, establish the situation being played out. Actors must be serious and committed and should cast the characters effectively. Role-plays should be short and should be followed by discussion and analysis of the situation. Since the role play is a means to effect some kind of change, the discussion should lead the members to adopt some specific action plans. Ballad forms. the method of storytelling to express ideas and convey messages used by many cultures in India may be grouped under the ballad form of art. Every state has a variety of ballad forms, such as Alha, Uttar Pradesh, Burrakatha, Andhra Pradesh, Vilupattu, Tamil Nadu, Jugni Anwar, Punjab, etc. The ballad forms, besides its traditional use, are being effectively used nowadays by political parties as well as business promotion agencies, governments and the non-governmental organizations. Folk music. India is estimated to have more than 300 folk musical styles. Folk music are not songs simply sung, but their chief characteristics include the presence of some theme or message, the participation of the community, improvisation, flexibility, and participation of the audience. Action dominates many of the folk singing. Doha and Garba, Gujarat, Dol and Bhatiyali, West Bengal, Bihu, Assam. Kolkali Pattu, Kerala, Mand and Panihari, Rajasthan. Folk sayings and riddles. The rural people and those with illiteracy or minimum literacy have a strong memory. They express traditional wisdom and pass it on to successive generations through folk sayings and riddles. The Mahabharata and Jathaka tales contain many riddles and tales. Sometimes plain speech is considered as inadequate to express important or sacred notions. They adopt a kind of riddle to couch the language to make speech sophisticated. Proverbs. Proverbs provide a window to the wisdom of the people. Proverbs are traditionally used as a means to communicate worldviews, values of a community. The word proverb comes from the Latin word proverbium, meaning before or forth to the world, and verbum, meaning word. Proverbs are pithy sayings. Proverbs touch on every aspect of the life of people who create them. Story. Story is a powerful and ancient form of communication. The popular perception is that stories are fictional and not factual. Every culture and community has a vibrant and strong tradition of storytelling. Stories explain origins, provide role models, creates and sustains cultural and religious values, encourage spirit of adventure and romance. Stories appeal to the intellect and emotions. They arouse sympathy and anger. They kindly hope or cause frustration. All stories need interpretation. They communicate values, help create favorable or unfavorable opinions and shape attitudes. The story genre has many types such as autobiography, biography, myth, legend, saga, history, fiction, love story, historical novels, comedy, fable, allegory, travel stories, narrative poems. To communicate effectively with a community, one must try to understand the important stories of that community and the significance of story for them. Stories are not neutral. They are loaded with meaning and hence must be interpreted and analyzed. One must also be aware of stories that create counterculture. Puppetry. As we have already dealt with what puppetry is and the 4 different kinds of puppetry in India, in Unit 3, here the students should try to focus on a practical exercise in puppetry by preparing the script, constructing the puppets and putting up the show for an audience. At the end of the program, conduct an evaluation or collect feedback to assess the result of the program. The theme of the puppet show should be centered on issues related to community health and HIV/AIDS. Street theatre. Street theatre is basically a no-cost medium of body using the techniques of movement, static, space, sound and silence performed in an arena, circular stage formed among the people in an informal and inexpensive setting. Street theatre is a community or participatory medium in which, unlike the stage play, there is no here. All actors are equally important in street theatre. The whole Group depicts scenes in symbolic and effective manner. No properties are used. And the body is manipulated to make stage properties, furniture and all other requirements through miming and sounds and by creation of space for group images and real-life situations. Street theatre in India is more than 80 years old. It played an important role in the freedom struggle. The Indian People's Theatre Association, IPTA, has taken pioneering steps in India in the political use of theatre. It is being used widely today by NGOs and activist groups to create awareness on social issues like peace, health or to fight social evils like dowry, corruption, superstition etc. Street theatre is a powerful tool for conscientization, education and empowerment. 5.5 Mass media. We have dealt with mass media and the various forms of mass media in the previous unit. Hence in this section the focus should be on practical exercises leading to preparing programs for radio, television and print. We can divide mass media under the following heads. Broadcast media. Radio is the most popular medium among the mass media in its ability to reach vast audience. Radio provides ample opportunities for individuals or organizations to present programs. The radio broadcasts include national and regional programs. There are programs to cater to the various linguistic and cultural groups. Broadly, radio programs are classified into two broad categories: spoken word program and music program. Newsreels present spot reports, comments, interviews and extracts from speeches. Documentaries and radio features are factual information that combine the techniques of talk, drama and storytelling. It may deal with the interpretation of an event, profile of a person, highlight the culture of a people etc. This format is a good slot for presenting a feature on health issues, HIV/AIDS and related topics. Another popular program on radio is drama. Dramas prepared for radio should be so constructed as to tell the story only through sound media, hence there should be music, dialogue with voice variations etc. Radio can also air quizzes, talks, discussions, advertisements and music programs that highlight the particular theme one wants to present. Radio can increase audience participation if competitions and feedback mechanisms are inbuilt into the programs. Radio is directly under the administrative control of the government and operates primarily for national welfare. Therefore, concerned individuals and organizations can use the medium for issues that relate to national or community welfare like healthcare and family welfare. Telecast media. Television in India began as an educational and community service medium. Today it has grown in extent and coverage. With the mushrooming of television channels and growth of the number of TV sets in the country, one should not ignore the power of this medium to reach millions of viewers within a short time. Issues concerning health and HIV/AIDS can be presented in the form of serials, dramas, music etc. developed on the basis of the theme. Panel discussions, talk shows, quizzes, interviews, testimony, features, advertisements and quickies can be used to create awareness among the audience. Cinema. The potential of cinema as a popular medium is evident from the large crowds that the cinema theatres in India draw, and the popularity of film artists. The cinema theatres can be a powerful medium to reach the masses with the message of HIV/AIDS through stories which deal with issues of health and family, HIV and AIDS. Documentaries and advertisements at intervals are also occasion to communicate ideas about health. The advantage of using this medium is that we can reach vast number of people who are illiterate, who are otherwise difficult to reach. Print media. Besides the efforts of the government and non-governmental agencies to popularize The concept of health and promote education on HIV/AIDS through newsletters, magazines, and pamphlets devoted to the theme, the national and regional. Newspapers and magazines can highlight the issue through its columns. Newspapers should regularly publish case studies, reports, advertisements, feature reports of medical research in HIV/AIDS, etc. Special days like International AIDS Awareness Days could be used to issue supplements. Multimedia. Multimedia is a means of communication to a group or an audience by a good combination of different media and techniques. Multimedia presentations, using computer, video projectors, digital camera, etc., can be effective to present the theme of HIV/AIDS. The Internet is a powerful tool to gather and disseminate data on the nature of the sickness, measures to prevent, developments in medical research, and, above all, promote awareness. Multimedia presentations call for technical skills as well as costly equipment. 5.6 Let us sum up. Each medium, be it folk or mass, has its own advantages as well as limitations. Therefore, it is unwise to rely exclusively on one medium for HIV/AIDS education. What we need is a multi-pronged approach whereby the target group becomes wider and the message becomes available to the audience in a medium they are more familiar with. Though we have proposed many media and described briefly how they function, it is important that the students select one or two of them and develop the content that can be communicated through them. This will help them to acquire confidence in the use of media. Though the content may have the same core elements, it must be constantly adjusted and adapted to suit the medium itself. For instance, it is not possible to transfer a drama prepared for radio broadcast to a television show. In both instances, the message should not be developed independently of the medium. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with the next chapter.